Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to fill out our bullet journal for 2022. So as you could see, the prompt for this month is zodiacs. So if you love zodiacs as much as I do, please give this video a big thumbs up and tell me what your zodiac is down below, if you feel comfortable, that is. So for me, the most difficult thing about this challenge was trying to figure out what to do with this zodiac spread. I love zodiacs. I love learning about myself and learning about other people through their signs. And as a result, I have done this spread over so many times. I have done zodiac spreads in customized bullet journals, in my own bullet journals, and the big struggle for me was trying to come up with a spread that I hadn't already done. Normally what I do is I add something like a galaxy, or I add metallic colors, and I make it all dark aesthetic with moons and everything, and it looks really nice. But this month, I wanted to try something that I hadn't done before. Hence, I had a little bit of a roadblock block, and I kind of picked up these 3 Crayola markers as my highlight colors at random. I don't know. I have a dark red, a dark blue, and a black. And hopefully it turned out okay. That's a big question mark, but it's okay. I am overall pleased with this spread. It kind of grew on me. The more I've looked at it, the more it's kind of grown on me. But I wouldn't say that's my favorite spread that I've completed for the first half of this year. And you're probably like, well, how do you know? Well, that's because, I filmed some of these bullet journal videos ahead of time just because it's easier that way. So anyways, this spread, as you can see, I'm drawing out constellations for the zodiac. My quotes spread and my cover spread are kind of a combined spread. And I really like it. It's really simplistic, really nice, and pretty much this entire slow process of drawing these constellations was me trying to figure out what each constellation looked like, because I actually am not sure what each constellation is for their zodiacs, which is insane because I actually think that the constellations are pretty cool. And you'll notice that I have not drawn the 13th constellation because I am just not about that 13th zodiac. What is it called? Epicus or something like that? Yeah. No, we're not going to do that. So here we are with the 12 zodiacs, and I really like it. Now that I think about it, I think it would have been really cool if I made a Chinese zodiac bullet journal spread, especially because I am writing a story, in sort of my author-tube-ness into this bullet journal spread about Chinese zodiacs. So in hindsight, that would have been pretty cool. But we are not in hindsight anymore. So yeah, this is how it turned out. I actually have a little skip in time because my camera stopped recording because it was being a bum, and so you don't actually get to see me fill out my quotes or my my first spread layout. But overall, I did something really simple. I struggled a lot with trying to not do what I normally do for this spread because comfort zones are real, and I love my comfort zone so much. But yeah, as you can see, February is pretty simple. I just kind of bold in the letters, and poof, here we go. This is what it looks like. And the time and lighting has changed in that very short time that it took me to actually finish that spread. So yeah, we love natural lighting. Here we are now doing my calendar spread, and you'll notice that when it comes to my calendar spread this month, I actually go back and forth because I had no idea what I was supposed to do for this month. Honestly, I didn't really, when I did my January spread, I knew exactly what I wanted. There was no hesitation, I jumped straight in. But February was filled with hesitant lines and trying to figure out which colors I liked most together. And sadly, this calendar spread, while it does look minimalistic, which is one of my bullet journaling goals, I cannot say that it looks very zodiac-ish, but it does look nice overall. Here you can see I'm really going in with this marker. I basically minimized my utensils to just 3 markers and like a ruler, though I do cave and I do bring in the metallics for my weekly spread, but we'll get to that. And of course I have to double check because I have a very bad reputation for totally forgetting what day starts when for each month, so I always mix up my calendar spread, which really sucks. But yeah, it is what it is, am I right? Also, we're not going to talk about how I kind of messed up the bottom half of this calendar. It's okay. As long as you don't stare at it too long, you cannot even tell. So just keep your eyes on the upper half of the page, and then we will be Gucci. I don't even know if anyone says that anymore. I kind of cringe while I say it. Anyways, so I am putting in the days of the week, like the dates of the week. Then I'll put in the days of the week, and after this, to be honest, like this spread, if I just left it with blue and white, I think I would have preferred it actually more than what I did, because here I added a drop shadow because I thought I wasn't kind of like interesting enough with my spread. And I think maybe the issue that I have with this spread is that I like worked the spread too much. You know, like when you try and pizzazz it up more, but it doesn't really need pizzazzing. I don't know. Like when you pizzazz it more, but you didn't really need to pizzazz it up in the first place. I don't know. So yeah, that is my drop shadow because of course, you know, if you're me, you have to add that drop shadow to add some interest. And honestly, just coloring in lines is kind of fun. Anyways, then I decided that I would write February in red because I do have 3 markers, so I should be theoretically using all 3 colors, right? That makes sense until you actually put that into practice. So here we go, we have February, and then on the side, I do my best to measure. Oh my gosh. So in order to measure the tab, because I was too lazy to draw the tab out in pencil, I flipped over to my weekly spread and kind of half completed my weekly spread. And that semi-worked. Once I had my lines of how I wanted to cut it, then I kind of continued on with my next spreads. One thing that you have in this February bullet journal video that you don't in any of my other monthlies is because I didn't get to fill out that cover page on camera due to technical difficulties, I do actually end up filling out my weekly spread on camera, because more than 1 week, that is, because I am a bullet journaler who likes to fill out the entire monthly spread all in one sitting. So that way at least I know exactly what my month looks like for the entire month, and I don't have to worry about being a week behind if I don't get my weekly layout done. So that is how I've been doing this, and it works, but I don't normally show the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th month, 5th day of the week, and that's just because the video would be so stinking long if I did that. So, and I feel like everyone would get bored. Anyways, to talk about the weekly spread, because that is what we are looking at right now. This first weekly spread, I was once again in this big abyss of lostness. I was very cautious on what I was doing. I finally gave in and used metallics, and I think this was actually a bad idea, and I do remedy that in my later spreads. But yeah, I thought that the metallic markers would be really nice, add a very nice touch, but all it did is make this spread look kind of weird. So then I go in and I add this black stripe into the words, the titles, and I don't know, you tell me, what do you think of it? Because I am on the fence about it. Part of me is like, wow, cool, stripes. The other part of me is like, seriously, stripes? That's the best you could come up with? Anyways, then I added a bunch of little constellations around. Think of this as like a white galaxy, like not my black galaxy, it's a white one, okay? So technically I stepped outside of my comfort zone because I inverted my galaxy. It's beautiful. This is a masterpiece. If you don't like what you did in a bullet journal spread, you know, you should just tell yourself how awesome it is, because I think inverting colors is pretty awesome, so we're just going to leave it at that. And then I decided to, instead of adding the zodiac constellations, because been there, done that, I decided to add the actual, like, signs for the constellations. Now here we are cutting the tab, and once again, Charlie is going the lazy route where she does not actually outline the tab. Well, she kind of does, but like not really, because I should have actually measured what I was doing, because this is not how I did my tab. By the way, I have become so obsessed with tab making, even though it doesn't look like I know what I'm doing right now. I assure you that I do know what I'm doing, and I am obsessed with tabs now. Like, ever since I made a bullet journal, a customized bullet journal for a friend that included tabs, I have just loved the idea that the monthly layout looks completely normal until you flip over that monthly cover spread, and then boom, you have a bunch of tabs, and all the tabs are labeled, so you don't have to go, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can just find the page that you're looking for. This is my ingenious idea. I don't know if it will stick though, but yeah, I really enjoyed making tabs, and you can see that I'm just going in with scissors to cut off the tabs and shape them, because it's hard to make the tabs a little rounded when you're using an X-Acto knife. But if you try this at home, I would suggest using an X-Acto knife, because I don't know, I just like cutting with an X-Acto knife better. As you can see here, now I am cutting the next place for the tab, and I actually end up making the tabs all at once, because it's just, it's just easier that way. And I do have this blue/red line going down my page, which is supposed to be kind of an indicator of where the tab, quote unquote, begins, so I know where I should cut. But yeah, I do a lot of like finicking with my tabs, because I wasn't exactly sure if I wanted to experiment with this size and shape and stuff, but in the end I try and make them at least as much coherent as I can, as coherently as I can to each other. And you can kind of see my head, because I was trying my best not to color on anything. And here I am just making my second page of the spread, and I love this page way more. I kind of think that it has like July 4th USA vibes to it though. Like, I think there's a pin from who knows how long ago that has an eagle on it, and the red, blue, and white are all like darker than, the usual lighter colors, the lighter scheme. So yeah, that's the scheme that I'm getting for this, which is kind of ironic, but oh well. And here is what the spread looks like. Yeah, we just did a amazing cut. You're welcome for that. Anyways, here is the end result. I do like it. As I said, it has grown on me. The more I look at these spreads, the more I like them. And I love that gradient I did with the second weekly spread. If you haven't already, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye!